Hello and welcome to our channel. My name's Stephanie
And I'm Danielle.
and together we clean homes for free. In today's video, it's a little bit different as there isn't any actual cleaning being done, but we wanted to show that just the difference of picking up rubbish and tidying makes, because the transformation at the end is remarkable. So this was another solo clean by myself this time. And as you can see, there is a lot of rubbish and belongings on the floor. And so I think I spent around 6 hours at this property just tidying up. So enjoy.
Do you know, I've actually only seen the before and after photos of this as well.
Yeah, so Danielle hasn't seen any of the footage for this yet. We had a little mishap. We lost 2 videos worth of footage. So this wasn't even supposed to be released this week. It was supposed to be the clean that we did last week that was released. And my laptop is a piece of rubbish and we've lost so much footage. It's so sad.
And unfortunately, this wasn't meant to be a solo clean by Steph. I was meant to be here as well.
But she was hungover.
And I don't know if you can hear from my voice, I'm still a wee bit croaky from the weekend. Went out for my sister's birthday in Edinburgh. It was an amazing night, but still slowly trying to recover.
She said to me on Saturday that she was going out, and I was like, "Are you sure you're going to manage to clean tomorrow?" She said, "Yeah, I'm not a party girl anymore. I'll be home by 10." I was like, "Okay, Danielle."
Yeah, that didn't work out. It got to kind of like 10 o'clock and I was like, right, okay, I'm going to have to cancel.
Yeah. So I started under the stairs in this house because this wasn't the priority area. When I asked what the priority areas were, I was actually told the upstairs, but because I was on my own, we're planning on going back to this house, and I had said, well, because I'm on my own, I'll maybe start downstairs and work my way up, because there was so much stuff on the floor that if I'd had to like bring stuff downstairs, it was a total health hazard for myself for falling over things. So I started downstairs, and the reason I started with this area was because this was where they wanted all the rubbish bags put. So usually we get rid of the rubbish ourselves. However, this was a top floor flat and it was like 3 or 4 stories up. And I mean, I was out of breath just getting up the stairs, never mind going back and down with bags. Also, I don't know if you noticed there, but I banged my back on, see that slope? I banged my back on that. It was really sore. I hurt myself several times in this house, and I bet it's because Danielle wasn't there to hurt herself. So it's like, okay, your turn.
You took the accident.
Yeah. So I started with this area so then I could put all the rubbish bags here.
I'm actually excited about going back to this house and just being able to do the cleaning.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we're not going to have to sort out, organise, get rid of rubbish. We can just kind of jump in.
Yeah, there is still... So all I do in the kitchen is the floor, is clear the floor. So we still need to kind of sort out the cabinets and the countertops. And then there's one bedroom upstairs that I didn't get to. But
I think it just cuts out so much time beforehand we were able to dive in.
Definitely. And the thing is... into it. Yeah, and I think it worked well this way because obviously you prefer the cleaning and I prefer the visual transformation. So for me, doing this without actually doing any cleaning, it meant I could make the whole house look a little bit better rather than having one area look a lot better. Yeah. Does that make sense? There was a toy when I was tidying up here. There was this little toy dog that started like making noise and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So in the ASMR version you might hear that because I couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and every so often it would just start like making noise. Also, I had my headphones on in this clean because it was just myself there. But you know how hard it is to listen to music and not sing along? So you might catch some of my awful singing, but it'll be sped up.
Have you ever tried to do those challenges and it's like the do not sing along challenge with someone?
Oh no, I've not.
Oh, we need to do that. So it's like you get like 30-second clips of songs and you can kind of choose what genre you want, and you sit next to the person and the song plays and you've got to like try not sing along to these catchy songs.
Would it not be more fun to like see who like can sing along the most, like, what's the word when you like really like exaggerate something? Like, what is it? I feel like that would be more fun, because otherwise, if we're both trying not to sing, we'd just be sitting there like
Yeah, but
in
then you're
silence.
fighting the urge to not sing. I'll show you some of the videos when we're.
Maybe we should do that on a live.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to torment people. Anyway, so what I was kind of doing here was, whenever I moved something, I cleaned the floor. Like, so rather than wait until I'd done the whole thing and then clearing the floor, I just needed to get those little dopamine boosts as I went to keep me going. They already had some kind of categorization of stuff under those stairs, so I just kind of added to it. So I've got like a wee pile of teddies, and that bag that you see there, that's filled with like toys and books. And then the trays have got like paperwork and electronics and beauty products on the bottom and stuff. And then there's like a shoe rack as well. So the categories were kind of already made for me, and I was just adding to them. It was funny because when I first came into this house, the that little shelf, the grey shelf that you see, the woman said, she was like, as you can see, the whole house is a mess, but here's my little ADHD area. So that shelf was like really organized. Apart from being covered in wax, it was really organized, and that's like the one area in the house that she kind of keeps in order. And she said that she had ADHD, and that was her ADHD area. Yeah, there's
Do
a
you
lot
have
of
an ADHD corner?
no, wait, do I? Maybe my bookshelves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like, if I've got like things set out a certain way on a shelf, I don't like people then putting all their junk on it. So I clear them off
See,
fairly
this is what I
regularly.
wanted with these shelves here. I've got some shelves in my kitchen, and I was like, no junk gets put on it, and slowly but surely. So, like, see the bottom half?
Yeah.
I didn't want any of that on it. And slowly but surely people, and I have to clear it like every couple of days, because
Yeah.
I think if there's places for people to put stuff down, they put it down.
I have doom piles, usually paperwork. So when I bring in mail, I'll put it on the bunker. And then once that accrues, like, I like to keep that bunker clear and just have the candle. And then obviously the other end has the dishes on. So once that pile like gets quite big, it then moves to a different doom pile in my bedroom. And then eventually, when I clear the pile out of my bedroom, it gets put away and sorted out. But it means I miss a lot of appointments, because the letters for the appointments are just in different doom piles around my house.
I always put my letters in my like rubbish drawer, and then not like my actual rubbish, but like my
Junk drawer.
That's what I meant. And then I move them upstairs, and then I've got this big like file thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if there's a day I'm like, right, okay, what can I do today? Which I'll probably do today because I've not got a lot to do today. I go through it and I'm like, right, okay, do I keep that? Do I chuck that out? But I mean, I've got bank statements from like 2015.
You can let them go.
I know.
Let them go. I'd say
I
6 for like financial stuff. 6 years. 6 years is the max,
okay.
and then let them go.
And then what about other stuff? Like, do I keep it? Do I not keep it? I've kept
I don't
loads
know.
of council tax letters.
I'd say 6 years for them as well.
Well, I'm kind of like up to date. I kept them because I was going through like a point where I was fighting them because I didn't actually have to pay for my council tax, but they were still charging me. So I kept them all to be like, this is what I've got going on, but now I'm like totally up to date with it. I'm like, do I need to keep these now?
So I think the only kind of paperwork that I keep a hold of for a long time is, like, if I've had debt and then I've paid that debt off, I'll keep the letter with the receipt of me
Just
paying.
so it's
So that if they ever try and
say you didn't pay it.
Yeah, I'll be like, here's the proof.
I don't know. I just like to keep paperwork.
Yeah, I think that's something everybody struggles with. I have a huge box that's all organised, and like
I like it has to be organised as well. Though,
so it has like the birth certificates and passports stuff in one folder, and then I have like I went to a court case several years ago, and I've kept all of that information. And then, like, what else have I got?
My friend that was just helping move house, she has like 4 big bag for lives of paperwork that I'm like, one day next week we're going through it because it's not organised. It's just paperwork.
She probably doesn't even need half of that.
No, there's definitely stuff from years ago. Like college coursework. She's not been to college in like 6 years.
Maybe we should like look into this properly and make some sort of guide, because I reckon that would be helpful. Like, how long should we hold on to paperwork for?
And what paperwork's important, and how do we categorise it? How do we like organise it?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably guides out there, but I feel like it would stick in my head more if I did the research
Yeah.
myself and made it myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, so in this house, yous will notice that there is paint everywhere. It is all over the walls. It's all over the
Is that
floors.
handprints?
I think so. And so the woman that lives here has a few children, and the daughter. So when I went in, the woman was kind of like, and she's responsible for all of the mess in the living room, which I was a little bit disheartened by that because I was like, let's not place the blame on anybody. But yeah, as I was going through the house, I found so many like arty things. There was like pens and paint and diamante and just so much art stuff. So the daughter is obviously very, very creative, but she is just being allowed free reign
Of our
to,
creativity.
yeah, to do it anywhere and everywhere. I don't know if it's because they're planning on decorating, so the mum doesn't mind that much, or if there is some, I don't know, learning disability there and this is her outlet. I don't know. I can't assume. But yeah, so that's why there is paint everywhere. It is the daughter. And then this is just, so I've moved on from the hallway to the living room now. And when we go back to clean, I'm really looking forward to cleaning that wall. That is wooden panels, and they go about halfway up, and they were so dirty.
So you'll just be able to wipe that without like taking
and
paint off.
yes, and it'll be
that'll
so easy to clean. Yeah,
We're gonna fight over who gets to do that.
I might let you do it because I'll probably do like the toilet or
See,
something. I don't know.
the paint on the walls, it just reminded me of a story, and I'm going to just put it in here. My mum, when I was younger, I must have only been about, I don't know, 3, 4, round about that age, she just got her hall painted. And obviously, this is quite a long time ago, and it was like a sunshine yellow. And she came through, and I'd drawn this big, massive face in lipstick. And I was like, look, Mum, drawing, I've been painting the walls too. And she said that she couldn't even give me any trouble for it because it was like so detailed. It had eyelashes and irises.
Did she keep it?
No, obviously she painted over it, but she didn't even. She was like, "I never gave you in trouble for it." I just felt so bad because you were being so creative, and I'd obviously watched people paint the hall, so I was like, "Oh, I want to do this too. It's okay to draw on the walls." But
so when I was really young, I lived in Scotland with my dad, and he is very artistic. He used to be an artist. He would do like calligraphy engravings and
I'd love to be able to learn how to do like calligraphy.
he tried to teach me once, but it didn't stick. But anyway, so because he was really artistic, he would we had a whole room that he just, I don't know if he painted it white or if he just put lining paper on the walls, and that was the room that we were just allowed to do whatever we wanted on the walls. Like the whole room we could draw on these walls, which was great. I was not that artistic, I don't think. I am quite good at, if I look at a drawing, I can mimic it, I can copy it, and I can do it at any scale. So if I had like a picture on my phone of a character, I could then draw that proportionally on the wall, but only if I can see a picture. Whereas my brother has obviously inherited that artistic skill from my dad, and he is really good at drawing as well. But so my dad and my brother's drawings on the walls would look amazing, and mine would just be like little stick figures. But yeah, and then so in my house, obviously under my stairs is like Lily's den. So it's like a play den that I've made under the stairs, and I've painted one wall with that chalk paint.
Yeah, I really want to do that, but I want to wait till they're a wee bit older so I don't give them the impression that
It's okay
to just paint on, draw on any walls.
Yeah.
So
Well, they've been quite good. I think because I've given them that section of wall and told them you can only use these chalks, not like normal pens and stuff. They're quite good at sticking with it. But I recently, when I painted the hallway, a dark blue. So when the lights are not on full or whatever, the color of the actual wall and the color of the chalkboard is not that different. So when she was drawn on the chalkboard, she was just like drawn on the wall above it and around it, but not realizing.
Do you know if you get baby wipes, you're able to just wipe off chalk from your wall?
I'll get her to do it because she quite likes cleaning her
My
chalkboard
friends,
as well.
when we were growing up, people used to just like draw on her wall with chalk, and we'd all like sign her wall and stuff. But she'd always have like a pack of baby wipes for her to like wipe away and like start fresh. But she had just like one room in her wall, and like loads of people had written stuff on it. It was quite cool.
That is cool. Oh yeah, so I was just showing the camera there was quite a few sticky sweets on the floor, and I just used the scraper, the plastic one, to get them off. Now this flooring, it looks like it's wood, but it's actually vinyl. But see that like black spot that I was just standing on there? So that's paint, but it's soaked into the vinyl so much that it's actually ripped the vinyl. And also,
that's a
how
shame.
would we clean this?
I think we're going to have to Google that.
If
and try and
anybody
find,
has
yeah.
any tried and proven techniques for cleaning paint off of floors and walls without having to obviously redecorate, let us know. It is just like children's paint. It's not like, I don't know.
I'm thinking of the word, and the word that keeps going to my head is enamel, and that's not the right word.
Acrylic?
Emulsion.
Either way, it is a water-based paint, so it should just come up, but how would we do it without just spreading the paint? That's kind of my
No, I
question.
think I did see something on like some shorts, either YouTube or TikTok, the other day about paint. I should start saving these things.
Yeah, or send them to like our little group chat so we
Yeah.
can remember it. I could barely walk, see, after the end of this clean. I didn't realise until watching the footage back like how much I was bending and stuff like that.
You
But
need to bend your knees more.
that's the thing, because I get pain in my knees.
Yeah.
That's why I tend to bend the way I do, because my knees hurt more like when I'm like bending them and crouching, and like when I
You're going to have a sore back when you're 80.
have a sore back now and I'm only 31. That's the problem. Like if I don't bend my knees, I get a sore back, and if I bend my knees, I get sore knees.
Is that paint all over the table as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the table has like did it have a glass topper or a plastic topper? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was like clear on top. So what I'm doing right now is picking up loads of Lego. So I accidentally binned the box that the Lego came in, but then this was an empty games box, so I just put all the Lego in there. And then also I did not get rid of any of her artwork. So as I was going around cleaning, there was so much different artwork things. She'd made little paper people that were on that table that were really cute. And so I just kept all the artwork together. I didn't get rid of anything.
It looks like a paint explosion.
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, like, good on her for letting her kids be so creative. I'd probably have an anxiety attack.
I think possibly at this point she'd just
like, I don't
given
care.
up. Yeah,
I'm done. Not fighting you anymore. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get to that point and you're like, you know what, just do what you want.
Yeah. This was so as I had been going through, I'd been finding like lots of bags of random stuff and then just sorting them out. But I looked in that bag and I was like, I don't know what to do with any of this stuff, and I just put the bag back. I took out the rubbish and put it back.
Do you think it's bags they've maybe just put stuff in and thought, do you know what, I'm going to take this and put it where it needs to go, and they've just never got round to doing it? Or like what kind of stuff was inside it?
Possibly, yeah. But I wasn't sure if it was stuff that they'd actually put in to donate as well,
Oh,
or
right,
to
okay,
get rid of, because they did have a lot of like, so those couch cushions that you've seen propped up against the wall, and there was another sofa propped against the other wall, and upstairs there was like a bed frame. So they have stuff that they need to get rid of, and they're planning on getting uplifts. They just haven't gotten around to it. So yeah, in this kitchen, the floor actually looks a lot messier now than it did when I took the before photo, and it's because as I was finding stuff that belonged in the kitchen, I was just kind of putting it in here. So the floor looks really messy, but it was mostly just rubbish and clothes. And then what I did was, because I wasn't sorting out any of the countertops or the cabinets or anything, I kind of just I found a lot of dishes lying around the house, and so I just put them into a bag and left it in the kitchen for when we go back, or if she gets to the dishes. And then there was a bag of cleaning products that I made up, of products I'd found around the house and DIY stuff. And then there was another bag that I found that actually had like kids' sweets and stuff in, and so as well. So in the kitchen, I cleared the floor, and then I just kind of have these like 3 bags of stuff that I'll just leave there, but they're in categories. And the woman, she sent a really nice message. Actually, could you get that up on your phone? Sorry, we're recording the voiceover on my phone, So when we want to look at stuff, we have to use Danielle's phone.
On Messenger.
Yeah.
And here.
No, that was the last one. Go down. Keep going. We've had a lot of messages there.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she said, I've just arrived home and oh Stephanie, it's amazing! ! I may have cried with happiness and gratitude. It's the tidiest it's ever been since I've lived here and it's so fantastic. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this. Which that was just a really sweet message to get. We often get questions about what was the homeowner's reaction. And the reason that we don't often say that is because honestly, we don't stick around long enough to get a reaction.
Yeah, most of the time we are gone before they get back.
Yeah, we're either gone before they get back, or if they are there, we don't want to be like, oh, what do you think? Or anything like that, because it's a lot to process. Strangers have come into your home and gutted it, basically. And it can be overwhelming, the big change as well. And sometimes they just don't have anything to say. But often we do get like a sweet message after we leave. And that was one that we did get, which was really nice. And we will talk about the story a little bit as well, actually. But I'll need to look at your phone again to find out what the story is. You can read the story. So yeah, I've just moved upstairs now. I didn't think I'd get to upstairs originally, so they weren't expecting it, because I had said, well, I'll just kind of do downstairs and then when you were coming with me, we'd do upstairs. But because it was a priority for them, I just wanted to get as much done as I could and make the biggest impact. So yeah, so I moved to the upstairs and did the landing, and under the black TV unit that was in the corner where all the bags of rubbish were, there was a box of like pins, do you know, like push pins, and I didn't realise, and I spilled them. And I didn't pick them up. I was like, nope, not today. I just kind of tucked them back under. I was like, I don't have time to sit and pick these all back up again, which is really bad. But I know we're going back, so it's fine. I'll fix it.
Right, a little bit about her story. She's a single parent with ADHD. She has 3 children, and one of them suffers from autism. So just with those things combined, like, it's just easy for things to get out of control quickly. Like, even after a day of not tidying up or whatever, you really do notice it. So when you've got all these other things and dealing with a child who's autistic can be really difficult, and sometimes that takes all your energy out of you. And do you mean you don't have energy for the day-to-day things at the end of the day after, you know, they've maybe had 10 million meltdowns, or do you mean however they express their additional need.
I had to empty the Hoover here. Hoovers are the bane of my existence, by the way. I love to Hoover, but I hate the actual appliance itself. They're so annoying. But do you know what I quite like about this one? It's really funny though. It's like, did you ever watch that cartoon called Brum? It was about a car.
Yeah, and it used to go like drive around the streets.
Yeah. So by the way, I thought it was called Brum because, you know, cars like Brum Brum. It was called Brum because it was set in Birmingham, and Brum is like short for Birmingham. At least that's what I found out recently. Anyway. Look at the lights on this Hoover. When you're using it, that's what it reminds me of, that car. Oh yeah, you've got the same Hoover. I'm like, what are you pointing at here?
Yeah, we've got the same one.
So this was the daughter's room that I went in, and I found so much stuff. There was a lot of like bedding. I don't know if it had been folded and stored in here and then it's been messed up. I don't know if she likes to build nests. Yeah, make nests or build dens, that kind of thing. But there was so much bedding and I didn't know if it was clean or dirty, so I just kind of bagged it all up. I got rid of a lot of rubbish. I think one thing that this mum maybe needs to put her foot down about is letting the children eat upstairs, because there was so many plates and dishes in this room and the son's room, which I do next, and so much like food as well.
Although saying that, do you know what I mean, it's easy for you to say, but sometimes, you know, if she's like tired and had a long day and, do you know what I mean, the kids are like, please can we eat in our room? It's like picking your fight. Do you want to fight and be like, no, and put your foot down, or just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
But it's one thing that I had to put my foot down.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
We ended up with mice.
Oh, really?
And that's when I eventually put my foot down. But do you know what I think it was? It was Jacob in his high chair, eating food dropping on the floor. And, don't mean...
To be honest, where we live, mice can come in even when the houses are clean.
Well, I was saying that to people. I'm like, I keep my house tidy, I clean all the time. Like, how have I got mice? And they're like, it's nothing about cleanliness.
Yeah.
It's about access to food.
Yeah.
So if you have food lying about or like easy access to them to get to food, so that's why I was like, right, okay, it must be Jacob in his high chair, and so I had to start cleaning it up every night before we went to bed, and I told Cameron to stop eating in his room, but yeah, so mice can kind of, it doesn't matter if your house is dirty, clean, cluttered.
Yeah, because we often get field mice just coming in.
Yeah.
So I had mice in one of the houses that I used to live in. And it wasn't because there was food lying around. It was there was holes in the
a warm place
wall.
for them to go. Yeah.
So they'd just like kind of gotten in and were buried in the walls and stuff, but they weren't getting access to any food. I don't know if they were leaving and then coming back. I don't know. I ended up getting an exterminator out anyway.
Yeah, I tried loads of like humane ways, and I got these traps that the door shut after they went inside.
They're too clever though.
Well, no. One of the mice got its tail caught in the door and it ripped the skin from the tail, so it was just like a bone.
Stop, this is horrid. We should have a trigger warning.
Sorry,
for this.
but yeah, probably. And after that I was like, you know what, this isn't any more humane than...
Yeah. I mean, I tried to catch them. Somebody told me that, because I always thought they like cheese, from like
chocolate.
Tom and Jerry. Yeah, they really like sweet things like
chocolate.
jelly and peanut butter and chocolate. And so somebody says, oh, get a bottle, like, like a 2-litre bottle and put something in it, because they're small enough to squeeze in. And then once they're in, you just turn it upside down. Yeah. But I tried that. I was up at like 3 a.m, sitting waiting for this mouse to come out, because this was the first night I discovered them, and I was panicking, and I was like, because my bed was in the living room at that time, and the mice were in the living room, and I was scared to sleep. I was like actually petrified in case they're gonna like come on me.
I got like steel wool and like stuffed where I knew they were coming in, and they were still getting in, and
I couldn't find where they were coming, and it turns out that where the pipe, so there was a hole in the cupboard under my sink, because something to do with one of the pipes that went outside.
Right, okay, yeah.
There was like a hole around that, and that's where they'd been getting in. But yeah, it was all right in the end. So see, in this house as well, well, in this particular room, while I was tidying everything up, I found like a Switch and Switch case with games and a tablet, and I was like, they've obviously not been able to find these things, and these are not cheap, like what's it? Not accessories, gadgets. Yeah, these are not cheap gadgets, so I'm sure they'll be very grateful that they now have access to them.
It's amazing the stuff you find when you do, you clear out and stuff. I always find stuff. Although I lost an Apple Watch months ago, and I can't find it anywhere. I stopped wearing it for ages. It's no longer on my iPhone, like Find My iPhone app. When I like open up the Apple app watch thing on my phone, it's like I've never had one either. It's like and I'm like, where? Like it's totally gone from my device, and I don't know if it's because I've not used it in months. But it's strange. And then I can't find it. I thought it was in a drawer, and I'm like, and I'm still paying it as contract. I'm still paying for it.
Oh no.
I know. So that's the only thing that's annoying me, and I'm like, how many more clearance have I got to do? I'm kind of just accepting that I've lost it.
Hopefully it turns up.
If anybody knows a way that you can like block it, or like,
I think
if I phone up
O2
and like, can they block it so someone else can't use it, or
yeah, definitely.
Would they be able to tell me if someone else is using it?
Maybe.
Surely.
I don't know.
Because if someone else has not been using it, then I could be like, right, okay, it must be in my house.
Yeah, phone them and
it's
find out.
It's one of those things that I'm just kind of like, whatever. I've buried my head and I don't want to accept it.
So this was something in this house, was the children are all older, but somebody suffers from incontinence because they were large, like nappies, but they were so urine filled. That's why I have a mask on in this bathroom, because one of the bags in the hallway, I put some of the nappies that were in the hallway into it, and the smell was making me like retch. So when I went into there, I just put on this mask, but I didn't have the big like filter mask
Yeah.
with me because I was going up so many stairs, I just took like a selection of our kit rather than the whole trolley. And I didn't really do much in the bathroom either. Again, I just cleared out the rubbish and I kind of organised that unit a little tiny bit as well. Down the back of that radiator, there was like loads of panty liners, like the
wee
rubbish,
ones.
the rubbish
like
from panty liners, not used panty liners, just the rubbish from it. But I couldn't get it all out. I just did my best. So this was the last room. This was the boys' bedroom, and do you know that magic sand stuff that you get? The yellow magic sand. Yeah.
Oh,
I call it magic sand. I hate it. I hate it so, so much. And you would hate it too if you had to clean this bedroom.
You could probably use this for down the back there.
Oh yeah, maybe. She showed me a weird duster thing that...
It's for down the back of radiators. It's just like a very long duster that you put down the back, because I noticed my house was getting very, very dusty. And it was... someone was like, it's from your radiators, and when you put your heating on, all the dust rises with the heat and goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I never thought about that. Looked into my radiators and I was mortified with the amount of dust.
They do, they get
and
so
the dust
dusty.
build up. So I was like, I need to find something.
Yeah, look at this floor. You see all that yellow?
Oh.
It's all sand. And so the camera right now is sitting on top of a chest of drawers. Well, I tried and it turns the carpet yellow.
Oh.
So I think it needs several passes. I don't know if it's clear on the camera. But anyway, so...
What about one of those scraper things like for dog hair? I've got one of them somewhere.
I feel like that would just like cause the sand to jump around, because you do see me. So obviously, do you know how our sweeping brush has like the squeegee on the back of it?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff on the floor that was too big for the Hoover. So I kind of squeegeed it all into a pile to brush up.
And the sand just kind of jump when you're on there.
Yeah, pretty much.
What about, have you seen those videos where people like drill into their like footwells of their cars?
No.
And it like lifts all the stuff, and then you can get in with a Hoover and just hoover it up.
That sounds really complicated. I can't picture what you're describing.
I need to actually, I need to do this right now.
We're actually getting near the end of this video, by the way. And we always kind of get to the before and after pictures and panic and like, oh my god, we're at the end now. Can you please like and subscribe? So we always forget to like say stuff. So I'll just say it now. Remember, we do have a membership program if anybody would like to join. That is currently only one level, but we will be, and at the moment all you really get is like a loyalty badge and priority responding to comments. So if you definitely always want us to respond, become a member and we will definitely chat with you. But yeah, we are going to be doing members only videos, and we were thinking that it would kind of be like a decluttering series in our own houses, weren't we? But that's just an idea. If there's any particular videos that you guys want to see, because obviously we're doing these free cleans for other people, but our own houses also need cleaned all the time. So if there's anything that you want to see or that you
also
want us to
I'm hoping to be moving house soon, so we were thinking about doing like a wee Steph come help Danielle
unpack,
move house and unpack, and maybe putting that on the members only.
Yeah, so we will be releasing members only videos at some point in the next few months, and it is around £2 UK money a month. So we have that level, and then obviously if you do like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and comment. All of that helps the algorithm. And yeah, we will also be releasing the ASMR version of this. I'm not sure how good it would be because there isn't any like scrubbing and spraying. It's just mainly hoovering and picking up rubbish. But people like picking up rubbish sounds.
People like hoovering as well. People fall asleep to hoovering. So
I don't know why.
It's like white noise almost.
Yeah. Also, I never finished this bedroom. As you can see, I didn't get to under the bed, but I'd been there for 6 hours. I had to go. And here's the before and after. So thank you for chatting with us, and we hope you enjoy the transformation. And it just goes to show that if you don't have the energy to clean and do the deep stuff, just tidying up makes such a big difference. And this mum is not going to be as overwhelmed anymore. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.